let us discuss your failures.
Hey guys, I'm back and we're doing a VOD review. This time for a team. It was submitted by Kikaduke, and for his team, don't know if maybe he's on a different account or maybe he's the one camming, but it's not first person, it's gonna be of the whole team. So this is gonna be kind of a weird, I guess, VOD review. It's 2k to 3k, he said, so CGL tier 2. And see, I coached for a team and around this level, and at first I was spectating and doing reviews in this fashion where I was free camming and trying to catch the whole fight. But I found that at that tier, at 2k to 3k, giving advice on like how to be a better team, like in strategies and stuff, isn't the biggest help when people are making fundamental mistakes with their heroes. So I think like personal view is way better. So then I started watching them first cam. I just picked someone that I think on my team that I wanted to watch, and I would just watch them through the whole game through first person, and then I'd give a review on that. So I think that would be a better way for me to do this, if you could first person someone for a match that maybe is struggling or wants a review, and to better improve their hero. Because I could tell you how to play a certain comp or something like that, but that also predicates that your hero like inside and out. And until you start getting into masters and GM, that's when those things start becoming really relevant. As long as you guys have a healer, a tank, and know your characters, it really doesn't matter. There might be some occasions where like something's just really out of sync or out of whack, but it's more important to know your character than be the perfect team, because there's going to be so many flaws and things not done because you don't know your character well enough. So let's get into it. We'll try our best, and we're going to kind of go back and forth since I'm doing like the entire team. So I might watch a fight, talk about the whole team, then go back and watch a certain person if I feel like I want to know what that person was doing, or see what that person was doing during this fight. Okay. Let's take a look at the comp right now. So we're on Paris, which is 2 CP. There's a huge choke right here that's ridiculous with high ground. Like, this choke is the worst to break in, I think, all of Overwatch. Like, this one sucks so bad. At least on Hanamura, which is, yes, just like one choke and kind of has that window just like this. There's no high ground for the defense team. In fact, a few steps back, they have lower ground, so the attacking team has high ground. And yeah, there's high ground over here on Hanamura, but at least it's not right there. Like, this bunker comp is ridiculously hard to break. So you guys are going the triple DPS Hammond kind of strat. The only thing that's kind of out of sync, again, I'm going to be talking about a team, but like, I take it with a grain of salt and says if he's good with Junkrat and he's really good with Junkrat, maybe it's good. But that's the only thing out of sync, I would say, with this, because you're gonna either want like long range or like people that can get in the flank. So this would be better as maybe Tracer, Genji, or Widow, like something, because like him shooting grenades up to the high ground is really hard. Yeah, he can hit the shield pretty easily, I guess, but he's gonna like poke in and out, just get melted by the bastion. So he can heal himself. His shield is really good because it doesn't give ult charge, and then the Mercy is gonna be mostly with the Pharah, but you can pocket either of these would be pretty good depending on the situation. And then Discord to try to break the bastion. You guys also have disruption, but you can't really push the Bastion if the Orisa is good enough to halt when she sees like a boop coming. Then that could be also difficult to break. So I guess your best bet is to like try to knock people off this ground, and then like Junk just like bombs whatever gets knocked down. So let's see what you guys do. And yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. They're set up on
tire, not tire, trap. Got it. Alright. So,
They're a Bastion, straight up.
versus booped off.
do Bastion now?
Bastion down.
They risk. Alright.
So we're trying to see first attack from here, but you're the only target, so it's gonna be really difficult.
Versus booped off.
You just get melted by the Bastion. You might want to wait for a distraction and engage before going through this choke, like with the Hammond first coming in and then poking, doing that. But maybe instead, you know, using this cover a little better. Just poke and shoot, because this cover you can poke and shoot without getting melted and with the Mercy pocketing you. So you just kind of put yourself out a little too far. That's why the Pharah died. But this is kind of like going to be really difficult because you guys are kind of like going in one by one.
do Bastion now?
Bastion down.
What kind of needs to happen is to break shield and then get the Discord on Zen, and I mean for Zen to get the Discord on the Bastion, and then you guys kind of engage on him and like just go all out. Like Junkrat uses his mind to jump on top, Hammond jumps in, and Farrah kind of shoots from above. I don't know, Soldier flanks to the left, I guess. That's what he does. So. But yeah, the Discord kind of needs to be placed before you guys really engage, I would say.
They risk. Alright. That was awesome. Actually, they're holding too far up. We just go past them because we have the speed.
You have 66 tire. Just can break this if, again, the choke of the Bastion just melt that tire, so it's gonna be tricky.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Going to point.
He's low. Yeah, good.
They're pulling back towards me. They're pulling back to me.
Bastion's low.
Just play out of Bastion line of sight right now.
Lock down.
Get rid of stuff. They're relying on their Bastion and he can't get value if he just play out of his LOS.
Oh shit.
Oof. I took that trade, bro. I'm willing. Shit. What?
So you guys just kind of got point for just going around, I think. It was kind of hard to tell, but I think did Junk go around? Because he's just survived forever. They didn't punish him. And he just kind of like went around and got on point, put pressure, and then their whole bunker just didn't know what to do once pressure was put on point. So that's going to be kind of like a thing. Like on this, that's kind of like the weakness for Paris, is that since the high ground near the choke is so good, you're kind of far away though from the point. If you can get someone touching point and the team isn't coordinated, they kind of trickle away and either commit too much resources back to point or don't commit enough resources back to point, and then you can win whichever one has too little resources. So it looks like that's kind of how it happened. Again, it was hard to tell where everyone else was with that camera movement. So let's just keep going.
Alright.
So we have
Push now. Go as
tire.
fast as you can, bro. Quickly.
Fast as you can. Your Zen just spawned. So he's gonna, if you guys are just gonna rush the point, which Paris kind of sucks. I think it's like one of the longest 2CP like movements. It's really hard to like rush to second on this one. And with the Zen, who's slow as hell, knows Lucio speed boost him, he's going to be late, and you really want that Discord for the Bastion. They're probably going to be set up on high ground in the back. And you should be talking about ults. Like I said in the thing about learning your heroes, but there are basic team things that you should be doing, even in plat, you know, gold to low diamond is keeping track of ults and what you're going to do with them. And even just keep track of enemy ults to see what they're coming up on. You have Tire. You should know that they probably are close to Tire. They use their Bastion ult. So, like, these are the things, like, I would be communicating with my team. If I was in this game, I'd be like, they just use Bastion ult. They probably have Tire. They probably have their defensive ults, even though I guess Mercy didn't get much value because Bapta was hogging it all. And then I'd be asking my team what else, you know, they have. We have Tire. We're going to have Tact. And we're kind of getting close to Valk. So, you know, be making a plan. You know, you want to probably damage boost this. Maybe initiate with Tire to get rid of the Bastion. You know, just make a plan. So everyone knows what's going on.
Going fast enough, then you can definitely go.
And then, like, Hammond, see, because you said go fast. I don't know if Hammond's the one that said go fast, but he's alone on point. So he's right now 1v6ing the entire enemy team. And I don't like I don't like this kind of thing. This is like a stall tactic when you're on defense, but you're on offense. And what kind of value you're getting when you're going into circles like this? All you're doing is killing yourself, really. And when you don't have the shields, giving ult charge and stuff like that. So I'd be looking for a way to flank around and like boop these people off the high ground, and when your team is ready. And then once he's down, the Orisa's down here, then you can kind of like put pressure up here, because well, they fucked up the shield anyway. But you could have broken the shield, and Orisa wouldn't really be able to put up the shield there very easily if she was knocked down. So I'd be looking for that. Like, Hammond is a disruptor. So he wants to kind of like push the enemy team off their high ground. He wants to just get in, cause a bunch of ruckus. He doesn't need to get a kill, and then get out. Get healed back up, get his shields back, and just do it again. And just keep annoying the hell out of the enemy team until they switch to like a McCree Brig and a Anna, because they cannot deal with this disruption that you keep doing to them.
At least.
Jump slow.
Hog Discord.
Orisa. No, don't bring it to me.
Oh shit.
So that Tire came to the front. So these need to be called out. Like you guys are way up in this fight. You guys can easily win this right here. The only way they come back is if Tire hits big, which it does, but it doesn't. It shouldn't have. Because look at where it comes from. It goes through the middle here, through the whole point, to the back of your team. Your entire team could have hit this Tire. Soldier alone could have taken care of this. I don't know. This should be called out immediately, and focused down. Junk, obviously, with sound you should have been able to tell. Couldn't see it, but a junk mine can kill a Tire. Soldier himself, with this time, should have been able to shoot it down. Zen too. Was Zen like, I don't know, like this Tire should have never hit.
No, don't bring it to me.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a good.
I don't like you right now, Sam.
What? How was the platform?
And then like, but you guys are still winning, but you aren't. The only people talking is, I guess, the people that died, and no one's calling out targets.
The Tire was chasing you
or anything.
And
like right now, people should be calling out Junkrat.
once it saw me and you made a turn, it came for us.
Like that junk. Look how much health that junk has. So, right now, like after that, whatever, your team died. you're getting kills right here. I'd be calling
Because the tire
Junkrat. And looks like your Pharah is trying to shoot him.
Once it saw me and you made a turn, it came for us.
But only the Pharah. Okay. She gets a hit. But like, what if she had help? What if someone had gotten a nick on him? That direct that she hit would have killed him.
We also almost have it. We moved it.
Like, he was so close to death, but survived anyway. Bastion came back, killed you. Like, I know, like, you know, he's not the one that did damage or anything, but he was the person that was killable, and the only person really on point. He stalled out point, so the enemy team could really come back. So target calling, really. You just need a target call, because that's how you win these situations, either on defense or offense. You need to call targets and focus them down, because everyone's doing their own thing. And it's how you lose this point. Plus the tire getting big. Do I want to look at anything else in that fight? Let's take a look. Tac visor, I remember, was kind of eh. So we tire. So let's kind of go over the fight. See if we tire. I don't know anything at all. You get the junk, I guess. Things I can't really see. So we tack, but they have a shield up, and you can see that. So the only person you really are gonna get is the hog, which you don't really need tac visor for. Okay, she fucks up the shield, but again, you were turned around. I don't know. I think tac visor was wasted.
Rissa. No, don't bring it to me.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a good.
I don't like you right now, Sam.
What? How was that my fault?
Because the tire was chasing you, and once it saw me and you made a turn, it came for us.
I'm watching the Mercy right now, seeing if I can think of anything. For the most part,
we have tons of time.
So.
We also almost have it.
I think that also, yeah, the barrage. It was a lost fight after that. So, yeah, and then Hammond's already on his way away. Okay.
Diane's trying so hard to
I feel like
climb up there.
I feel like Hammond didn't get nearly enough value either. Then you almost still won that, but like Hammond was just kind of like spinning around, not really shooting anything. That's a person I kind of want to see first person to see what he's seeing and what he's actually really doing the whole time. Because I don't think the Hammond's getting enough value.
Oh hush. Then I'm gonna go right.
Why did she pop her out?
So we switched to a Hanzo and a
Going left
Genji.
this turn.
Still have the Junkrat.
Watch out for that
But
hog.
he already has those tires, so like, you know, I say like the Junkrat's kind of out of place, but I think he's the one getting the most value. At least it seems like it. The Mercy I think is doing fine. She's blue beaming a lot every time, so I don't really have to talk about that. It's hard to tell because I'm not first person to see like is her target prioritization really the best? Because you know maybe she just doesn't see someone because of the angle or something. So first person I can't tell without first person. Again, same thing with Zen Discord. I don't know. I haven't really been paying too close attention to it, but again, it's hard to tell without first person. But he's not calling them out, so that's definitely something you should be doing, is calling out those things, those discords, so that his team can jump on it. And the priority is the Bastion to discord. So you definitely want to be telling your team when the Bastion is discorded. This is like,
unfortunately.
like this camera. I don't know what's going on. We followed the Mercy and the Genji. Genji's a flanker, so the Mercy should definitely not be on him. I guess he was the Pharah, so somehow like the Mercy still thinks he should be hawking him, but yeah, you don't know because he's flanking. You should be with the team. The Mercy should be with the team, not with the flanker. And it looks like she saw that like halfway through, and started to go back. Like I don't know, she went off to the left and Genji went right.
Hogs, yep, there we go.
Got hog.
Okay.
Kill that Bastion.
Bastion Discord. Bastion
Gets the
down.
res. Okay, and then okay. And we didn't really see what happened, so I don't know. You guys flanked them on the left and killed them, but I don't know. Like I don't know. We saw Mercy get a res on the Hammond. That's it.
Why was the Bastion down there by himself?
He dropped down because I was hitting him from the right side, and then when he dropped down, I dashed over to the left side and killed him.
Gotcha. We don't need to Bastion. It doesn't have to be Bastion.
Where do you want me to go?
At range.
Over the side.
Back
If the-
east?
It won't. Okay, there it is. Like the character select screen wouldn't come up.
Oh, we need a back.
Okay, that's the Hammond's really out of place here. So you're like this Farah bunker comp. So there's like so many things. There's like 2 different comps here. There's your comp that you're running with this, and then there's your bunker comp, which you have with this. It's really like a pharmacy at whatever. I don't care. It can work no matter really what, because they're kind of like they're doing their own thing anyway. And then you have the BAPT, which is enough heals, I think, for these people. So it's really the Hammond that's really out of place for me, because the Hammond's wants to go in and disrupt, and the bunker comp wants to just stay still and shoot at things. So it's like anything he does will not be followed up on. That's basically, even if he's doing doing great, amazing, no one's going to be following up on his disruption. Especially on defense, like it's just out of sync. This would be better as a diva, because you can still get the high ground and stuff like that. You can defense matrix. A diva would be in a better position for this bunker comp.
That.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry, Daddy.
Now, according to what you said earlier, you're talking mad shit at me.
Someone called the ambulance.
It
Yamas.
hurts my feelings.
Someone
We need to
called
hold
the
back right
ambulance.
beside a point. It takes a second for them to set up, so it'll be fine. As long as it...
Alright, you ready? The ambulance. Alright, fly up here.
Soldier going
They're all
left.
going left.
Nice.
Nope, soldier went back to choke for some reason. Retard.
Genji's coming. On point.
They're having wasted power driver. I'm okay. Genji's coming to y'all. I pooped him. Get Genji. He's one. I got him.
Someone's on point.
See, you can kind of tell even by the camera angle, like the camera not knowing what to do, is like everything's all over the place. Your bunker comp is here, and even they are not playing together right now, which is not good. Like, the Bastion's out of his shield. Like, you need to, if you in the bunker comp, if someone wants to leave, either the Bastion or the Orisa, you say, hey, let's rotate. Let's rotate to the other balcony. You need to communicate this, because now Bastion doesn't have a shield. Like, what if there was just some hog here? Boom, he's gone. Like, just communication. Second, the Hammond's kind of doing his own thing. The pharmacy is doing its own thing, and this could easily be divided and conquered. So, you kind of want, especially the pharmacy can always be playing more back, but the Hammond, wants to do Hammond things, and yeah, he got this kill, but the bunker comp could have taken care of it anyway, and if he was a diva, he'd be here anyway and would have gotten it too. So diva, I think, is better for this, in this situation. So even this is kind of like one of those instances where even if you're really good at this, unless your diva's horrible, I'd be playing diva. You know, unless you can't play diva. But if you can play diva, I'd do that here. Or I don't know, maybe even like another DPS or a Zen or something that kind of helps out a little better.
Where?
Where is that?
Because like you're just kind of like ball here.
I got booped off the
Okay,
side.
I need
like,
healing.
just doing that. So the enemy Hammond swings off the edge here, and you decide to swing off edge too.
Watch out holding that position because the fair is booping us off of it.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this Hammond more closely.
The balcony above.
There's nothing over there.
Where's breaking the shield?
What is your BAP doing over there? What? Why is your BAP over there?
Ah.
Mercy and Farah both.
Alright,
nice.
when they're not on point, rotate back to this side, guys.
God,
Another on point, but
Hammond,
Did I go
Hammond.
back again? Mora's coming on point.
I'm coming back out, bro.
there's a soldier up here.
Okay, what was that immortality field? Like, no one was. You weren't even like being shot at. Like, no one was close to dying. So that immortality field is just. I don't know. It's like I have this thing and I want to use it. So as Baptiste, I hate when Baptiste use their immortality field like aggressively. Like my team right now that I just joined is doing that. Like when someone plays Baptiste, they're throwing Baptiste immortality field before the fight even begins. It's like I need it when I get critical, not when I have full health and it doesn't do anything. See, it only protects the last 40 HP or something like that. It doesn't. So if I'm full health as the Reinhardt player, it does nothing for me. I could still take all this damage, and then once I get here, the immortality field dies, and then I just die anyway. So save this for when like people are like here, not when they're full health. Yeah, and then I don't know, like, stick with your team, because I don't know what you were doing over there before, but let's continue on.
No res, no res.
Get her. Nice. I'm dead though. No, I'm not.
So just one.
Thank you.
The F, David Blaine.
Soldier's still over here. I'm dead.
Dude, someone killed this fucking asshole. Like, he was so annoying.
Have we even seen their whole team yet?
No. We
Their
always get a pick
DPS
before they
to
get to come
supports
in.
and,
I haven't seen the McCree at all.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
he just killed him, so-
me and Cyan deleted him.
There's the McCree.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
They're using all
Pop
their
two
ults
ults just
now.
to kill me and.
They just use tech vibe.
so you should be tracking those ults, and you shouldn't really be in a position to be taken out that easily by those things, because the only thing a good eye is good for is farmer pharmacy, really, like that and reload. So keeping track of those ults will let you know, like, when as pharmacy you can't be too aggressive, or you need to like play behind cover, to be using these angles to not get caught out by that dead eye. And tank fighter is kind of harder, but so no one's talking about ults at all. Like, so they have tons of ults, you have tons of ults, but no one has talked about it at all. Like, what are we going to use? What are they going to use? So that's something you guys should be talking about too.
They're not going to have any
Yeah.
for actual point, though.
No.
So stupid.
I'm setting up that way.
Oh, I was trying to heal you, but I was reloading. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Where's one?
Well, we're supposed to rotate. Yeah, we were supposed to rotate when they pushed on us, but we were
Like, it's
kind of
just-
staggered.
The Hammond's just so out of like place in this.
Me and
So when this
They
happens,
just use tac visor.
what is
They're
the
not gonna have
Hammond
any
doing?
for
Hammond's
actual point, though.
involved.
no.
Your team is shooting. You're just like over here.
I'm setting up that way.
Oh, I was trying to heal you, but I was reloading. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Finally didn't hit anyone.
Where's one?
And now you're started shooting, but you're the last alive.
Well, we're supposed to rotate.
So like, I'm not saying like it would be bad. It's just that because you are kind of like this wait and pounce kind of Hammond, but your team is bunker. Your team is going to fight these fights where you are just not getting any value at all. So your team is basically fighting 5v6. And then you come in and then you're 1v6ing or whatever.
Yeah, we were supposed to rotate when they
five
pushed on
more.
us, but we were kind of staggered out and stuff.
So the May's good against ball.
Never mind.
Do you want me to switch off Bastion now, or do we still want to keep Bastion?
Duke said here like the moment.
Hammond's coming behind.
Hammond's behind. Right side, left side, left side. Yeah, right? I was like, why is he going to heal himself?
You guys, like y'all don't already have all your.
Both the healers snapped around. I was like, saying, what are you doing?
Yeah. Listen, you gotta. You're fine. Oh my god.
Shot far's got
Left
barrage.
side, soldier.
There's the first talk of, I know, watch out, Farah's got barrage. At least so, like, we got some of that down, so what are we going to do about it? We have tons of ults of ourselves, even though none of those will really counter barrage. You have this, but it's already used, because we used it, I don't know, I mean, I guess it is more of a, what do we use it against? Oh, did he use ball? Yeah, he used those balls. So okay, so that's actually okay. Yeah, that's good. And then he decides to not wait for it to go away.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Bruh.
I
May.
am one. I'm dead.
Hold on. Half.
He's low, man.
Drop
Pretty
load
low.
on point. But
So you lost this basically because they ulted and you didn't. Like you guys had 4 ults and none of you used it at all in the fight. Like yeah, okay, used, but she used it to spawn to get back, and he used it when it was already over. So you guys just don't think about ults enough. Because ults win fights, and winning fights win you the game. So you definitely want to be talking about ults more, and using them, planning to use them, trying to figure out what they're going to use, what they have, and how we're going to stop it. So that's definitely what you want to do using.
Oh.
Cease your resistance.
I think the May and the Hammond don't really work well together. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'll admit that.
The main Hammond, yeah.
I know if
My
we were
fault,
gonna
my
switch
fault, I
to
should've switched
something
to soldier.
for sustain, it should have been like a soldier or Sombra.
No, the Hammond's the things that's out of place. The May's fine because it countered the Hammond, and like if he's rolling around, you can also use wall to stop him. The Hammond's just way out of place, especially on that second defense, unless you're looking for stall. but like there's no movement for you to like really roll around to actually get good movement, and it doesn't work well with your other tank. Yeah, like the Hammond is just the one way out of place. It doesn't have great synergy with anything. The Mei at least is bunkery. She has aerial denial. She can freeze the enemy Hammond. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Hanzo, Ash, whatever soldier could also work too, because of range, and they had range. But you had Bastion for that. You had Bastion to just put out tons of damage downrange. You know, the Mei to actually stop the Hammond. You know, the Mei was pretty good for that, and to deny, like, just throw Blizzard on point to like stall
That was my fault.
deny the area.
Do you wanna go?
we're
do
defending
you want me to
again.
go Bastion again?
Mm-hmm.
Gives us a little bit more
at
control
Llamas
over
playing the
their
piano.
routes. Let's hold a little farther up on the street, not on high ground. And then when they push in,
So we
we
decided to go
rotate the
Torb
point.
instead of the
Oh, I
Pharah.
know what you mean. So there's a wall against her back,
So like
like what
Yeah.
the Dallas Fuel did.
So this
And then-
Hammond makes even less sense. Like now everyone's gonna be in that bunker, and then the Hammond's gonna be what, flying around pushing people, but like he's just gonna get melted by himself somewhere.
And we no matter what they do, we see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right here where Saiyans at.
No, hey, hold up top there. So there's a wall against our backs, and I
We
can
can
cover
do
this
that.
left side.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
And then there's hands not listening.
There? Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, just hold on.
That far again.
They're going left side.
Like see, like while the fight's going on, your Hammond's just like
All right,
swinging
point,
around.
point.
Because either you
Gotta
guys are
rotate,
gonna
rotate,
rotate.
fucking
One.
put out enough damage, or he's gonna go in
Yeah,
and
hold on.
push people around and die by himself.
Hmm.
Moira's low inside.
No. So when we rotate from that position, it's 2 point, not up here. Just so you guys know. Okay, now yeah, we're set up here now. Just so you know, if we're down there, we don't rotate up to this. We're attacking. Mercy's in the bakery. And Farrah apparently. And McCree.
Farrah lost connection with that Mercy, and that Mercy is struggling.
I'm getting spawn camp. All three of them behind.
Okay.
I got to stay here.
Like the spawn camp just like their spawn camp took off like 30 seconds of their time. So this is overtime attack. So was that really worth it when you were dead anyway? They could have attacked 6v5 anyway. So it's not like that spawn camp really did anything to you guys. Like you should be happy that literally their entire team decided to spawn camp one person and instead of attacking a point. Like literally they thought you were worse, you were more of a threat than not getting this point, which is their win condition. So I don't know, like if they want to spawn camp you all day, I would be happy for that, because that means you win. And then like I don't know what that immortality field was. The Hammond really low, kind of. Yeah, I guess you didn't
got to
really
stay
know,
here.
but I don't know. It's like just the Ham's just out of place, so like I don't think of a situation where that is. But one thing you can be doing, do you need to be? Well, you were trying to chase him down too. You don't need to be that close to that, but I don't know. I just don't like the Hammond pick, so like it's making other people play weirdly, because you shouldn't be there in a bunker comp. Like you should be with your team, but you got pulled because the Hammond was way up there because he decided to go help out someone who was being 1v6, so it's 2v6 and die too. Like all of this is just that someone's getting spawn camped, unless it's like one person, like a diva can go and help escort them, but there's lots of people and like no one's pushing point, so you're winning, and like it's just out of sync and not coordinated. So I'm just getting like it's all over the place.
Yeah, I hope they keep trying to spawn camp me, dude. That's just time they're wasting.
There you go. Yeah, that's just time they're wasting.
Yeah, me too. Hey, get off me, buddy. No, really?
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Saying if you back up to your right a little bit. There we go.
Oh, sure.
McCree on our left.
Hammond on me.
Helden sterben nicht. Helden sterben nicht.
There's the soldier.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Where is this asshole? Guy. Yeah, I did already. She tried to ult. And I am sorry I teabagged that fucking soldier. It was annoying.
So I don't know. I mean, you guys won because you had ults
It's
and
okay.
you used them. I mean, there's no coordination at all with them.
No Bastion.
Oh,
And
sorry.
Triple deeps.
it's kind of odd that none of you heard the Hammond kind of like swing up and land next to you.
You guys ready
So,
to hit
you know,
your yachts?
ears open to like listen for things.
I didn't reach to a freaking black portrait and a diamond SR just to be fucking annoyed by a gold soldier.
Well, don't be annoyed by it. That just makes it sound like you're not supposed to be at your
Yeah, I don't mind the Hammond like in this kind of attacking, like
Sane's getting it over here, dude.
even though the junk is out of sync. It's not so out of sync, and he does enough value. But your Hammond with the other bunker comp does not get enough value at all to warrant the pick.
They're in our spot.
And in
Back
fact,
left,
it like
far
makes your
back
We got a
team,
May on point.
the bunker, like the healers, kind of chase down the Hammond, which you should not be doing at all, and
Where are
getting
we
them
going?
out of position, and that could
I got
potentially
Oh,
get
good.
them killed. Even though it didn't there, you guys full health.
no, far
But-
right. It's always far right when they're bumping
Yeah.
like that.
That was my bad.
Oh shit.
Maze Discord. May down.
Deine bei
It's okay. Just take point.
Arista Discord. Damn it.
Uh,
Reload.
Okay, so
Yeah,
besides
good.
watching that Hammond spin around, I want to see the pharmacy as much as I
oh
can
shit.
about their movement.
Maze Discord.
I don't think because that death right here I think is avoidable, because he's here, you guys are over here, you guys want to use the cover, and the Mercy kind of just floats down here and then gets melted. So like, you got to be mindful of these things and not put yourself in that kind of like AoE, you should really be thinking as Mercy about where you're positioned and where the enemy team can shoot, because you are the prime target against, for any team. The main healer is usually called out all the time, so you want to be GAing and hiding behind corners. And yes, you're going here to hide behind a corner, but you had to go from here to here, which was in that line of sight. So that's really not your ideal. And you did it floating. You didn't like GA to someone over here. You just kind of floated down here. And that's what got you killed. So this is the only thing I think I've seen out of this Mercy, is she doesn't seem to be mindful of the enemy team and kind of just goes wherever she wants. And that's going to get you killed a lot.
May down.
Okay, let's take point.
Rest of Discord. Damn it. Reload.
Yo. Son of a bitch. I have brush. Bastion has this ult too.
Second time someone called something out. Should be happening more often.
No, they're on point now.
No, they're still at top left.
Yeah, top left. They changed balconies.
Maze low. Shield almost down.
Bastion
down. Rest of Discord. Rest of Discord. One. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go spawn camp.
So, the reason why I'm knocking on the Hammond more than the Junk and being out of sync in their respective comps is because the Junk, you saw, can get value, and he plays like he doesn't have the things that normally Junk has. So normally, Junks have shields and stuff like that in front of them, but he doesn't here, and he doesn't push too hard. He doesn't try to get too aggressive or anything. So like right here, he just stays here and bombs where he can. Doesn't put himself in undue danger. Doesn't put too much pressure on his healers. Doesn't do, the Mercy. Yes, is damage boosting it, but the Mercy could leave and damage boost the Pharah, and the Junk would be fine. So it doesn't put undue pressure on the healers. He's not doing anything alone. Look at all the damage going that way. So even though the Junk is kind of not the ideal pick for it, it's still doing the job, and all that damage is heading. There's the rockets, there's soldier rockets, Pharah rockets, these things. So it's still getting the job done. That's why I think it's not always about meta or the ideal pick, but the player you can play well. But the Hammond was just so out of sync and putting undue pressure on the team that their win condition, their plan as a team, even though you guys obviously don't talk about plans really, but the implied plan here is to bomb the hell out of the bunker, and you are. Where the implied plan in bunker is to be in a unit and shoot at things and be like this unmovable point of death. And Hammond doesn't play well into that. He wants to be moving. He wants to be pushing people out of their positions. So that's why he doesn't at all help in that situation.
Bastion down.
Rest of Discord.
So overall, at this elo, it's not as beneficial to be diehard meta or a slave to whatever is the ideal pick for whatever comp you're running. It's more important to be good at your hero and get value with that hero. So, like the junk is fine. It looked like it did pretty well. The Hammond, though, like at a certain point, it does become kind of a burden, as you could tell. Just if it's putting your healers out of position, you should really think about maybe not doing it, or like, because if your healers, maybe your healers stop trying to chase you, and then if you die a lot, then maybe you need to be switching off to something else with that Hammond. Other than that, ult tracking is definitely something you guys should be doing. It's not really, I think the same person talk about it twice in a game that went to extra rounds. So you definitely should be talking about it more, because at one point you guys lost second because you didn't talk at all about ults, and they just ulted on you and you guys never used yours. Individually, besides the Hammond, because I think I've annoyed him enough, the Mercy's movement could be a little better. I think she blue beams enough. You know, Bastion and everything else, like, I need to see really first person, because, like, okay, he was Bastion and he shot things. It's hard to tell if he was choosing the right targets, or like the Zen wasn't calling out Discord, so he should definitely be doing that. At least I didn't hear it, though I think there was other voices that we couldn't hear very well because it was very quiet. But I didn't hear any like Discord call out targets, and I don't know if he's Discording correctly, in the sense that maybe he's missing opportunities to Discord because I'm not first person. Like same thing with the Pharah. It's hard to tell like if she's using cover very well. You know, she got picked off the first time, and then with the Deadeye. But it's hard to tell without first person what they see and how they are moving according to that. So if you guys want to like do like a first person kind of thing, I'll definitely review that. So I hope this helped. I hope your team does a little better. Just definitely work on communication of call outs, like call out the target, because you guys missed getting second point because of it. You lost second point because you didn't call out ults and how you want to use them. Just that's the only like team-based thing you should really be working on, is communication. Discussing Overwatch when you're playing Overwatch. Like if you want to be a good team, you need to be discussing Overwatch when you're playing Overwatch. I know there's teams like people choose to be on a team kind of like to make friends and stuff like that. Now if that's what you want to play, that's fine, but just know that's not, you're not going to win as many games. And you know, if that's how you choose to play, that's how you choose to play. I'm not going to say it's wrong, because, you know, in the end of the day, actually making friends is probably going to last longer than Overwatch. But sometimes you want to, and in this moment, want to be a really good team. So you need to be talking about, instead of, you know, being, I'm mad with you right now, talk about what's happening in the game. Talk about ults, talk about something. If you're dead, you can't see, but people aren't talking, and you were the shot caller, say, call out targets. Just remind your team what the hell's going on. So I hope this helped, and good luck with your next match.